Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. So today we're actually doing a build that is inspired by one of my previous builds. So if you haven't watched the glass cube build, be sure to check out the little icon up in the right corner, and that should take you right to that video. But yeah, I wasn't really inspired by that build because I was just looking around some of my previous builds to kind of see what I had done before, and I really love how that glass cube turned out, so I decided to do something in the same style, where we have a glass cube with kind of like this frame around it. But I decided to take it a step further and create three different types of glass cubes, or different sized glass cubes, and one of them being raised down into the ground and one of them being up in the air, and then we have like the middle one on the ground floor. And I thought this was a really cool idea. So we kind of have like this lower glass cube, which is supposed to be looking like it's kind of down into the ground, kind of into this smaller canyon type of thing. And then we have the middle cube, which is kind of the cube holding the other two cubes together. And then we have the upper cube, which I'm working on here, which is kind of held together by this framework that I'm currently working on at the moment. So all of the cubes kind of have the same aesthetic, and that is something I really liked about the original glass cube build that I did. The framework I really thought was a really cool idea, and I wanted to bring that over into this build as well. So yeah, that's what we did. So I'm working on the framework here now, just to kind of figure out where I wanted every single one of the pillars to be, because we needed to have pillars holding every single part of these cubes together, because this is a cube. One of the cubes is actually floating in the air, so I needed to have something holding every cube together once we actually removed the walls and stuff. So I needed to place all of these pillars, and when you look at it at first, it might look really stupid, but when we start to add in trees and stuff like that, you can kind of see where the framework is, and it kind of makes more sense where every pillar is supposed to be. So just keep that in mind. So just a little info about this house. We have only one bedroom in this house, and the reason for that is it is a glass cube, and I had limited space. I didn't want to fill up the cubes with unnecessary walls, so there's only actually one wall in this house that is going to separate so that we have an extra room, and that is for the bathroom. Other than that, it's kind of open spaced areas. So right when you walk into the cube, we're gonna have a living room type of space, and downstairs we're gonna have the kitchen, dining room, and a little study area, and upstairs we're gonna have the bathroom and the bedroom. So yeah, that's it might seem like a big build, but I mean, it probably is, but it's just limited space that you have to work with when you decide not to place any walls into the build whatsoever. So it was kind of challenging, but I really like a good challenge, and I think it turned out to be a freaking awesome build. So one of you guys actually mentioned that you wanted me to do like a police station and a hospital, and I actually never thought about doing that, but that is a freaking good idea. So I'm currently working on two builds right now, one in collaboration with my mum, which has been helping me out on more than one occasion on this channel, because she is we are so much alike that she's also very, very creative, and when we kind of put our creativities together, we kind of create like these really amazing houses. So she's helping me kind of create a underwater house, let's call it 2.0, because she's watched that when she found out that it had like over 1 million views, which is freaking insane. Thank you so much for that, by the way. But she decided to draw something and I have something, and we can kind of figure out together what that could look like, a new underwater house. So it has to be better than the original, and that's actually pretty hard, I think, because people seem to really like the underwater house for some unknown reason. But yeah, we're working on that, and I'm actually trying to draw a hospital as well. So I found a website on SimVIP, I think, where she kind of listed every single object that you need to have on the hospital lot for it to work properly. And I'm at the moment sketching different types of things to figure out what I want that hospital to look like. So yeah, just stay tuned for that in the future. It will come up very soon. So this is actually a build that didn't take that long to do, compared to when I did the roommate house, which took ridiculously long time to do, but the result was just so good. I'm so in love with that house, and if you haven't watched my let's play and house build of that build, I definitely recommend that you check it out on my channel, because it is an amazing house, and it's one of those houses that I think everybody can kind of relate to what I was trying to do. So yeah, but we were just working on the bathroom here, and as you can see, it's kind of a narrow room that I decided to do here, but I really wanted to have the bedroom be one big open space. So having this bathroom kind of be a narrow room didn't really it didn't really matter that much to me, because I felt like it was okay, and it's kind of hidden away. So we kind of have like these big windows, but they're faced backwards onto the lot, so it's not like people can just go around and peep in if they wanted to. So in the bedroom here, I didn't actually know what I wanted to do, to be honest. At this point, I played around with lots of different ideas. Looking at it now, I think it's a bedroom that it's okay. I mean, is there something I would have wanted to change? Definitely, but I think there's always that one thing in the build that you kind of wish you could change. But yeah, that's just the way it is. I mean, I'm happy about how it's all turned out, and I think it's a very beautiful house, and every room kind of reflects different personalities. So this is kind of like a more fun, playful room, where the kind of living room when you walk into the house is kind of a bit more cutting edge, modern looking, and downstairs in the kitchen, it's definitely the most modern of the places. But I also think that the kitchen space is actually one of the more beautiful rooms in this build, and I really tried to make every room feel unique. So going downstairs here into the kitchen space, I knew I wanted to have the kitchen in the middle of the room, and I decided to kind of try to separate that with having these half walls go down and kind of end with normal walls. And then I found this wall separating item from Dine Out, which just fit in perfectly. I just kind of got this idea, and then it kind of just worked out very, very good. So we're gonna change the flooring in just a little bit, because it doesn't actually fit with the aesthetic of the room down here. But yeah, a very big kitchen, and you know, I work in the industry I'm a chef student at the moment, but I work in the industry where I'm around a kitchen all the time. So having a very nice, beautiful kitchen to me is one of the more important things in a house. And I do have to say that I freaking love how this kitchen turned out. I mean, just the wall separating tools that I used here to kind of create this fake wall. I'm so in love with how that looks, especially from either side. It's just one of those things that you kind of don't think about, and then you kind of do it, and it just works perfectly. So yeah, super happy about that. Also downstairs here we also had the dining room, which I'm kind of working on now. So it's kind of like a big open space, but kind of separated with this wall in the middle. So the dining area is on the other side of the kitchen, and we're kind of working with this bluish theme down here that kind of really matched the gray colors in the basement here really well. So everything just came together really good, and I'm super happy about how this house turned out. I mean, yeah, apart from the bedroom, I don't think there's actually anything that I would have changed looking at it now. But you know, that's just the way it is. But yeah, putting in a little seating area here again, and I think we're kind of done down here. Just some more chairs and stuff to kind of bring everything together, and then we're gonna work on the outside. So I wanted to have a kind of lake going from the front to the back of the house, and then I wanted to have this kind of little lake thing in the back as well, so you can kind of, when you walk into the room and look towards the kitchen, you can kind of see in the back that there's this amazing waterfall feature in the back, and I thought that was a very nice idea. It's something I've actually been really into lately with a lot of my builds, and I just think it adds this character to the build that is just very good, and it just makes it look a bit more realistic. I don't know how to really explain it, but yeah, I hope you guys can kind of follow my thought here. So I actually read a comment from somebody who said that I put in way too much trees in my builds, and I don't know. I mean, I think trees and plants just can make a build look that much more realistic, and in this build I put in a lot of trees as well, just because I think it makes the build more realistic. But yeah, that could just be me, but I just think it makes it look a bit more realistic, and I kind of want to go for that realism when I'm building, as you guys should know by now. So it's just something I like to do, putting in a lot of trees and just to add a lot of greenery and natural spaces outside as well. It's just what I like to do. But if you don't like the trees, you can just delete them, as simple as that. So yeah, but I didn't want to, as you can see me here, I'm doing really tedious work. I didn't want to have these stones going all around the walls, as I have done in some previous builds, just because I felt like it didn't need it when I started putting in trees, and it kind of let's say masqueraded the fact that we had this wall going down. I found out you could kind of place trees in a very specific way, so it kind of looks like it's standing in the basement, and then you can kind of raise some trees up and it looks like it's one big tree and stuff, and I thought that was a really nice idea. So here we have these screenshots. So this is right when you walk in. So this is the living room. Going upstairs, we have the bedroom. Again, a bit more of a homey feel up here, and maybe a little less modern. And the bathroom, the only bathroom in the house. Again, odd shape, but I think it kind of works. And here we can kind of look downstairs, so this is kind of what you would see going downstairs. Here we have the dining room space, and again, love these wall separating things that I did with the kitchen. I think it just makes it look so cool. And that's definitely not the last time I'm gonna be doing something like that. And the last shot from the outside here, we can kind of see all of the steel work holding the cubes together, so all of the framework. And I put in some last minute details on the outside, in, you know, some lighting and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, if you want to get this build, you can definitely do so. There's a on the gallery, search Auvbri. You should be able to find every single build I do. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. And there's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye!